Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Al. Today we're going to do my Moroccan chicken and couscous salad. This is a recipe I've had in my collection for many years now, and it's a great one for three reasons. One, it's great to pre-prep as a mid-week lunches, and you can just put them in plastic containers and stack them in the fridge. Two, it's great for a quick mid-week meal for the whole family. And three, it's a great salad if you're going to go, if you've been invited to a friend's house and everyone's bringing a plate, you can just throw it together, put it on a plate, cover it with plastic and take it with you. And it's really tasty. Many people have asked me for this recipe. So I'll run you through how we put it together. Okay, so there's basically 5 parts to putting this salad together. Firstly, we have to make the couscous. Super easy, it's just boiling water and the couscous and a little bit of chicken stock powder. Secondly, it's prepping the chicken and frying it off on the stove top. Then we cut all the other little bits and pieces that go in it. Then we make the dressing, then we put it all together on the platter. Once that's done, you cover it and you eat it, or take it to wherever you need to go. Okay, so first step, make your couscous. You just grab 1 cup of couscous. I've boiled the kettle. It's 1 cup of couscous. Okay, to that I add a level teaspoon of chicken stock powder, and I give it a really good stir through the couscous. I'm using whole wheat couscous. I find that it just doesn't go as gluggy as easily, the whole wheat. And then add a full cup, just 1 cup of couscous and 1 cup of boiling water. All right, pour that in, a little bit of salt, just a tiny bit. Give it a little mix so that the water's covering it, and I'll sit it on the bench top and it will absorb the water. And then once it's absorbed, just give it a little fluff up and it's done, easy. Okay, let's now get on to prepping the chicken. I use a double chicken breast and I just slice it in half so that it's thinner and cooks more quickly in the pan. So we probably get 4 pieces, if not 5, because some of them with the tenderloin you can just chop off, and then you cut that in half. So cut it in half, and then, all right, just let me wash my hands and come back. Okay, so now we've sliced up the chicken. Now we're going to thin it out using a meat mallet, just so that it cooks a little bit quicker on the stove top. And if you can cook it a little bit quicker, it'll tend to retain its juices and keep moist. If you have to leave it on the stove top for longer, it'll dry out. So I tend to just lay out my pieces on the board. Then I cover it with a bit of baking paper and bash it. Give it a little bash, particularly on the thicker bits of the chicken breast. Once I've done that, then I just shake a little bit of the Moroccan seasoning on it. Press it in, turn it over, and season the other side. Do the same, press it in, and then put it in my bowl and do the other pieces. So next step, just before I fry off the chicken in the pan, I'm actually going to toast some nuts, pepita seeds and some almonds in the pan. So just a little bit of oil. I've preheated the pan, a little bit of oil, and then I'm going to throw in some pepitas and some sugared almonds. Then I'm just going to tiny pinch of salt and a little drizzle of maple syrup. Then I just toast those, and they're really yummy because the maple syrup just gives them a bit of extra crunch. And they're really yummy scattered on top of the salad. Okay, so I'm just keeping it moving around the pan, and it's just almost done. All right, that's it. Right, these are delicious. Once you have tasted these nuts with the maple syrup, you'll think of lots of ways to use it. All right, just a little bit of more oil. We'll start with chicken now. And we're just pan frying in batches. Okay, so I'm just about to take the chicken off. It's been on for 5.5 minutes, probably turned it at about 2 minutes and then let it go for another 3.5 minutes on the other side. I know when it's ready because when you push down on the thick bit, if it's fairly firm and no give, then that's cooked through. It will cook a little bit more as you rest it, and it's really important to rest the chicken to suck back in all those yummy juices that's going to keep it nice and moist. So I'm going to let this rest on the countertop while we prep the rest of the ingredients for the chicken. And as you can see from the first batch, some juices have already formed at the bottom of the bowl. Those juices are going to be really nice in your marinade, so don't throw them out. Okay, so next stage is to prep the bits and pieces that go in the couscous and on the salad. So I've got washed mint and coriander here, so I'm just going to put them both together and give them a really quick chop. You do want them fairly fine as they go through, as we mix it into the couscous. So chop it up as fine as you can. Okay, next step, half a red onion. All right, so I just peel the outside off. And I'm just going to slice it thinly. And then I might just try and get it in a pile and give it a couple of chops. That's it. Slapdash is coming through. All right, now with the mango, I cut off the cheeks as close to the seed as possible. Put aside the seed for the kids. And then I like to just do small or thin slices. My mango with the knife, just moving it down. And then I'm just going to scoop it out with a spoon. Now, if you don't want to use, well, if mangoes aren't in season, I've also used other stone fruit, peaches, what else have I used? Nectarines, and I also use orange. Orange segments are really lovely if you want to do this salad in the winter time. Really, it's a good, yeah, orange segments are yummy. All right, so, and then I've just got diced apricots. If I can get these, I get them already diced because it's easier. If you can get whole ones, just slice them up. What I will do actually now is just fluff up the couscous in the bowl. I'm going to add the herbs, the onion, and some of the mango, not all of it. And then I'm going to throw all of those diced apricots into there. And then give that good stir around. All right, next step is making the dressing. We'll slice up the chicken and then we'll assemble. Okay, now on to the dressing. Garlic, lemon juice, olive oil. Easy as that. So just get the skin off and give it a very fine chop. I'm not a lover of chunky garlic bits in my dressing, so I like to chop it very finely. If I can, sometimes I even fry it off in a bit of olive oil if I've got time and can be bothered. It just mellows that raw garlic flavour. Today I'm going slapdash style and I am just chopping it as finely as I can. Putting it in a bowl. Okay, I've cut off the cheeks of one lemon. I'm just going to use the juice from that. So it's 1 tablespoon, it's meant to be. I'm sure it'll give me 1 tablespoon, be fine. All right, that's about a tablespoon, I reckon. Don't know if you can see that. And 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And give that a stir. Oop. And give it a whisk. Done. All right, we're at assembly. Let's throw half of the couscous on the platter. So, and then I'm going to add some of the mango on here. Just lay it on. And I'm just going to top it with some of that nut pepita mix we made. And then I'm going to add the rest of the couscous. And I will scrape it all from the bottom. You don't want to miss a grain. Fork. Just give it a little mix. Add the rest of the mango. On top, and then a few more of the seeds. All right, we're layering. Okay, so at this next stage, I am going to slice the chicken. All right, I'm going to try and cut across the grain. So the grain runs from the top of the breast around. So you sort of have to swivel your knife as you go with it. So I always start at the top, cutting sort of like the top off, and then I'll just slice through like this. I try and keep it together because I lay them on top. Sort of in the breast piece. And now, actually I meant to tell you, that Moroccan seasoning I also use with a whole chicken. So if I roast a whole chicken and some potatoes in the oven, I just sometimes butterfly the chicken and sometimes I just leave it whole and throw it in the oven on some baking paper, have less cleaning up. And it's delicious with some roast potatoes and pumpkin for another midweek meal. Just throw it in the oven for, I don't know, 50 minutes or so. Delicious. And I have been also known to just fry up the chicken like this. I put them in little Snaplock bags and I put them in the freezer so that when I'm at work, I can take it to work from working from home, just come down, defrost it, add a salad, and you've got your lunch ready really quickly. All right, so almost done with our slicing our chicken. Looks really nice and moist, delicious. As I said, do not waste the juices from the bowl. That is flavor bomb. So just pour that over your chicken, every last skerrick. Then I add the dressing I've made, trying to go back and forth all over that chicken. Then I'd throw a few more pepita seeds on the top, pepita and almonds I should say, and then scatter coriander. So that is my Moroccan chicken and couscous salad. Enjoy!